sun, the fields are alive. Cheering crowds and the teams collide. In these moments, we stand tall and free. First pride runs deep in me. With every touchdown, we rise and we cheer. Unity and spirit, the heart of the year. Raise your voices, let's make it loud. In Florida's high schools, we're so damn proud. From the bleachers to the end zone to go, football and cheers make our spirits grow. Girls in the game, they're fierce and bright. Flag in hand, they give it their might. From every town they bring their dreams. On this field of gold, nothing's as it seems. Together we shine, together we play. In Florida's heart, we own this day. Raise your voices, let's make it loud. In Florida's high schools, we're so damn proud. From the bleachers to the end zones go, football and cheers make our spirits grow. So here's to the game, we'll rise and stand. In Florida's field, real night band.
All right, it is time for the last show of tonight. Not the last show of this week. It is time for the Panhandle edition of the Blitz as we come to you. And happy Firewood Day. Well, I got to tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, we may need that firewood come Monday night, especially if you're north of I-4. Because I was looking at the weather forecast earlier, and it changes sometimes. Almost, it seems like on the hour. It seems like, but yes, where I'm at in Gainesville, Monday night, the projected low 32. I would not be surprised if they actually put it out a freeze warning on Monday night, which actually, I want to say this is a little early for us having a first freeze. Usually we don't get our first freeze until usually December. So this is going to be a little early for a first freeze here. So, but it looks like we may have 2 nights of freezing weather actually right at the freezing mark here. And yeah, firewood. The firewood might need to come. So. Oh gosh, let's see what's in the comments here. Welcome to the Panhandle Edition of the Blitz. I'm Josh Wilson. That's Christopher Like here. And what? Oh boy, do I dare go in the chat? Want to make some
chestnuts?
Chestnuts?
Where the chestnuts?
Oh man. David Kozlowski says, I got a new fire pit I built, planning on putting to use. Well, you're going to be getting to put to use here pretty quickly here. And if you know when I say this, and I say this because, and this is actually correlates to this relates to the region. After 9 inches of snow back in earlier this year, back in January, I've got some big questions if that wasn't a sign of things to come for this coming year, where a good more of the state's going to see snow for this winter. I'm just saying. By the way, Mark, the high Monday and Tuesday will be 59 degrees. What's the high going to be on Sunday? 82. It's going to go from 82 on 59 on Monday. Yeah, Emery, to answer your comment in the question in the chat here, you go ahead and message me on Facebook or shoot me a text message, and I'll take a look at it and I'll answer that on that one. But Davis Kozlowski, imagine if we had a Florida high school playoff game in Florida with snow. Oh, yeah, you know what the schools are gonna say? No.
Yeah. They'll stop all traffic.
They're gonna be like. They're gonna say screw. They're gonna be like. They're gonna be like.
Oh,
No, I'm sorry. They're gonna be like.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, we're screwing this. Screw this. My thin plug cannot handle that cold like that.
I mean, if we can ever get a Key West barrel thing going, maybe that can change.
Okay, hold on. We've got, it's close to raining iguana temperature. I got something for y'all. It's not Panhandle related, but since Steven Thatch had to bring it up, I'm gonna have to pull it up here. Since our interview tonight, by the way, is Matt Wheeler, the head coach at Aucilla Christian. That's a pre-recorded interview. We will bring that to you in here in a few minutes here. But I gotta bring this pull. I gotta pull this because this is just hilarious here that what this was. It's gosh, you don't realize how often you tweet until you tweet.
Iguana does taste like chicken.
All right. Hold on. I got this for y'all here. Let me go ahead and bring this up here on the screen here. I'm gonna get this for y'all here because this is definitely worth it. Definitely worth taking a look at here from head coach Matt DeBuck at Cardinal Gibbons down in South Florida. He's revoking the Iguana's pass on the sideline. It's already Iguana season.
Oh.
There you go. What was that, Noli? What was that, Noli? Oh man. But there you go. Iguana season already in progress here in the States. So there you go. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into it here with the Blitz Lines. Real quick recapping week 11. Central Florida Christian, Aucilla Christian. Well, guess what? We're talking Aucilla Christian this week. You know what happened? Well, Aucilla Christian won. Big round of applause there. Yep. But you know what? For our picks, it was. Yeah. And Mosley takes care of business against Florida High, no issues there. Mosley 9-1 on the season. How about Enterprise out of Alabama upsets Choctaw in the final minutes of that game? Actually, it might have been the final seconds of that game. And yeah, well, that was
Who's all that coming?
No perfect 10-0 season for the Choctaw Indians, and I know Steven Thatch is probably cheering over there. Niceville Homer. See, you know, there's dreaded hatred, but you know, neither team likes each other. You know, Choctaw doesn't like Niceville. Niceville don't like Choctaw, so there's that. Anyways, West Florida takes their business against Pine Forest. Pine Forest 3-6, but they're headed to the playoffs. West Florida headed to the playoffs at 6-4. We'll figure out what the standings are going to be. You know where these teams are going to fall out in the rankings here tomorrow with the playoff brackets. Chipley, how about this? 21-20 over Lafayette. Hands Lafayette their second loss. Chipley finishes the regular season at 9-1. Chipley looking pretty good, solid position for a top 10. Well, maybe a potential top 8 seed in the regional in the rural bracket, I should say. And then pace all over Milton. Well, and Milton's finishes 7-3, and Milton should make the playoffs. I think they'll make the playoffs. You know, it's probably be good, depending on where that. Probably a 6, 7, 8 seed somewhere in that stretch. Probably closer to a 6. Probably maybe potentially 5. I think. By the way, if y'all are interested. Y'all can check out our projected playoff brackets. Hit that QR code if you're watching on the computer. You can check that out. at FloridaHSFootball.com, or if you're on your cell phone, you can just go to FloridaHSFootball.com, and it's the top article on the website. And hello, Sunshine. Hello, how you doing? One of the residential kitties of the show. Milton probably. Oh, okay. So you think, David? You think Milton probably end up a 7 seed, maybe a 6? Wonder if you're trying to get my mama mater some props here, maybe up to a 6 seed. Then that's a possibility, considering that Middleburg finished 8-2. They're same region, same classification. We'll have to see. Niceville in a 4-5 versus Beachside got Milton at a 6. Steven, I wonder if you guys, I know you subscribe to the site. Have you checked out the projected playoff brackets? Get on there and look at it. It's going to be real interesting. Tomorrow's going to be real fun. By the way, 11 a.m. Eastern time, 10 o'clock a.m. Central time, we come live to you with the Drive the State edition for the playoffs. It is going to be a fun-filled day, and got a lot of guests that we will be bringing on for analysis during that stretch. We'll be on from 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central until about 3:30-ish Eastern, 2:30 Central time tomorrow, Chris. A lot of fun to be had tomorrow.
A lot of guests, and Blue Team coming on, and a couple other great guests coming on. Irish Bill. Yeah.
David Kozlowski think Lincoln will be at 8 rematch versus Mainland. That's an interesting projection, but we'll see. We'll definitely see with that said. But anyways, when we come back here, we're going to come back here in a moment here, and then we're going to have our interview with head coach Matt Wheeler of Aucilla Christian here on the Panhandle edition of the Blitz. We'll be right back right after this.
I've been thinking about this for a long time. I thought, if that's out there, I want to make sure I see it and I get involved in it, because to me, this was music to my ears. I was blown away. When you look at today's kid, the millennium kid, they learn by being able to see it. If I can see it, there's a great chance that I can do it. The First Down Playbook is a tool that can essentially change the way we teach the game.
Box Out gives you the ability to create graphics at the speed of sports to highlight your athletic department, teams, and student athletes in seconds. Used and trusted by Notre Dame, Ohio State, UConn, Marquette, Georgetown, and many more of the top college brands in the country. If you want your school's brand to stand out through all the clutter, start your free demo at boxoutsports.com.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with a free ScoreStream mobile app. Download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
Get ready for the 2026 Coach of the Year Clinics. This February and March, see top collegiate coaches, learn from the best, and take your program to the next level. Don't miss America's most respected coaching clinics.
All right, welcome back here to the Panhandle edition of the Blitz here on FortHSFootball.com. As we go into our interview here with the head coach of the Aucilla Christian Warriors. That is head coach Matt Wheeler joining us here. And we appreciate you, Coach, being able to join us here as we do this here. And,
absolutely. Appreciate y'all having me, man. Good to be on.
Yeah, absolutely, Coach. And as we get this here going for y'all here to talk about this, Coach, here y'all are in 8-1 on the season, going into the quarterfinals round of the SSAA 11-man state championship bracket. Just first give us a synopsis of what this season's been like for you. So obviously this is your first year as the head coach at Aucilla Christian, but no stranger to football, especially around the Big Bend area of the Panhandle. Just talk about this, what your team has been like this year for you in your first year.
Yeah, so, first year head coach at this program, just had to learn about these guys, these players that I got, and also the coaches. I tried to keep as many coaches as I could from the previous staff. And it just took a while for us to kind of gel and get to know. I had to learn what my players can do, what do they know, what don't they know, and they had to learn, my style of coaching and what my expectations are. And it took a while for us to kind of get that rolling. It was a rocky start. We dropped a game there at Trenton early on by 1 point. And since then we haven't lost, and we've really been gelling and playing good football. So it just took a while for us to kind of, come together and kind of understand what's expected and how things are going to go. And I had to learn about these players and realize how they like to be coached and, what motivates them. And, so it's required some patience, but we're playing our best football at this time of the year. And at the end of the day, that's what you want more than anything.
No, absolutely, Coach. And let's talk about this on the other side. What did you learn from Colby Roberts, who was the previous head coach? Did he give you any guidance advice as you took over the program from him?
Yeah,
I know he led the program for quite a long time.
Yeah, he was here for a while and did a really great job. And, there were other people on campus that had coached too. And, I talked to Colby, and he just told me, if you ever need anything, man, if you want to know how I did stuff, or if you want help with something, like, just let me know. He's been great. And yeah, in the early time, the early weeks, he helped me out with some things of just, kind of what they've done in the past. So I know what I'm stepping into. So yeah, he's absolutely been nothing but helpful.
Coach, your offense is a well-balanced attack, about 200 yards on passing and rushing. Talk about the importance of a balanced offense for you, and how it relates to your roster.
Right. So, I feel like you got to use all the weapons you have. If you have weapons at receiver, you have weapons at running back, then you got to have a healthy mix of the run and pass. And I just think it keeps defenses guessing. If you're primarily running the ball more, they might load the box, and sooner or later they're going to stop that, and you're going to be forced to throw it. And I'd rather not be forced into throwing something. I'd rather just have it be a healthy mix, and I get to dictate, how I'm running my offense with run or pass. And I feel like if you're too heavy to one side, the defense is going to combat that and force you to do what you're uncomfortable with. I don't want to be uncomfortable with anything. So that's why we try to keep it, as even as possible, and just keep the defense on their heels best we can.
No, I'm going to piggyback on what Chris said there. Obviously, looking at Landon La Rosa, it's not Landon just throwing the ball, but also pass, and running the ball. He's not only your leading passer, he's also your leading rusher too.
Yeah,
so, what makes Landon? What makes him special?
Well, he's a weapon. Not only, obviously, he's very athletic. He can throw it, he can run it, he can make people miss. I would just say his care about his teammates, that's why he plays so hard. And if you watch him be a leader in the weight room and you watch him be a leader on the practice field, he doesn't care if he's the quarterback, actually. He doesn't care if he's running the ball or if he's throwing it or if he's asked to go play defense, special teams. He doesn't care. He just wants to go play and help his team win because he really, really cares about his teammates more than anything. So I'd say above all else, that's what makes him special is the guys know when that kid steps on the field, he's not playing for himself. He's playing for us. You know what I mean? And I think that motivates the rest of the team to do the same thing. And when you add that with some tremendous skill that he's got, yes, he is definitely good. And I give him a lot of leeway with the offense with some RPOs and options and things like that to just allow him to go be him. And, me and him have gotten on the same page much better, especially as of late and as the years gone on. But he's just a great human above being a great player.
And with that, I also got to bring up Bryson Mills here because not only is your leading receiver, 500 yards, 5 touchdowns, but also leading the defense with interceptions with 6. I mean, again, it's not just, for a small school, y'all have guys that know how to, hey, they play football just as much as the big schools do. So, I mean, here's another example of a guy that, probably should get more publicity than he probably has gotten this year because look at the numbers.
Right. And I mean, he was first team FHSAA all district for us at DB. But he is a very good receiver, man. And he just, the kid has a knack for the ball and he has a knack for the big play, and early in the year we were playing him at safety and he was fine there and he was doing good. But when we moved him to corner, that's when it really clicked for him because we can just put him on that side of the field on that receiver and not have to worry about it, and he is not the biggest kid and he's not fast by any means. But he is very smart with where he puts himself, and he never puts himself in a bad position. That's why he gets so many interceptions. He's always around the football. He's the receiver's never behind him. He doesn't have to play things backwards. He can usually play it downhill a little bit more, and he's just got a knack for the ball, man. And then at receiver, you think touchdown routes, you think deep routes, and you think all these things, but a lot of it's the quick stuff where he just understands what the defense is presenting. Where's the hole in it? Where do I need to get? And then Landon and him have been on a really, really good page to where they can get the ball to him early and often. So, yeah, Bryson's great, man, and he does it both sides. He does it on special teams, too. He's had 2 big kick returns for us. Not a touchdown, but some big returns. So, yeah, really, really proud of that kid.
No, absolutely. And Coach, talk about your coaching journey here, getting here to this point, becoming a head coach and all that. Just talk about the path that has gotten you to this point here, and what makes Aucilla Christian, what has stood out for the job here versus other jobs, that maybe a bigger program or even just a program in a different area.
Right. So as far as the journey goes, to be honest, this was not the plan to be at Aucilla. It was never something on your list. I just kind of wanted to coach, and if I wanted to build my way up and move around, that's what it was going to be. So I started at Florida High, and it was just a really, really good fit. Coaching under Jared Hickman, being able to learn the amount of football that I did, it was already a good program. I'd like to say that I made it a better program before I left, but just learning the ins and outs of high school football. And that's a guy that I learned to do it the right way from. So I really enjoyed being there, and I didn't want to go really anywhere else for a long time. And they, the Aucilla thing just kind of came out of nowhere. I had a buddy that worked here, and it popped open, and he called me, and I had to, take a look at it. It was intriguing. And when I walked on campus and kind of saw what was going on and what was around, it was just, I don't know, it just kept pulling at me. You know what I mean? It just kept pulling at me. And yeah, it's a smaller school, and it's in the SSAA, and it's a different thing. But I mean, you're still coaching kids, and I thought that these kids could be better maybe if I was here. That's kind of what I felt, and it's been awesome. The kids here are awesome. The support staff from the school, from parents, from everything. With a small school, you have a lot of people that need to help, and the help here has been amazing. They've accepted me since I walked in the door, and just kind of, anything that I've needed. I mean, not anything, but they've been willing to help with a lot of stuff, so the support has been great. And I'm happy that I ended up landing here.
No, absolutely.
So, yeah, looking ahead to this weekend, you got Outdoor Christian coming in. What are you looking forward to about this game with Outdoor Christian? I know they have Isaac Farling there. Done pretty much everything on the field for them.
Mm-hmm.
How do you play against a guy like Isaac Farling?
Well, he's really good, and he makes a lot of plays for him. But their overall scheme, I think, of how they run their offense is what allows him to kind of do that. And they almost got, he's the main one. There's almost a 3-headed monster of him back there running the ball, and that's what they want to do. They want to line up with tight ends and plug backs and fullbacks, and they want to go right at you, and they want to make that game as close in the box as you can and as physical, as they can. So there's not a lot of ways to combat that other than go match the physicality of the game. You know what I mean? And hit them before they can get a chance to hit you. So, you know, that's kind of the plan. Obviously, you got to stop their running attack, and then you got to score points. When a team wants to run the ball a whole lot, you know, their worst enemy is being behind. So that's the idea, is just to try to make them be as patient as we can and make them have to work the ball down the field, no big plays with all that, and then just, you know, score some points early and see if it, you know, obviously it'll help us to get a lead. But it's going to be, you know, it's a challenge. It's a long way down there. It's a big road trip. You know, we got to leave early and spend a lot of time on the travel and all that. And then it's a unfamiliar place for the most part. But, you know, we're excited about it. The kids are just excited to be in the second round of the playoffs, and everybody is. So we're going to go down there and give them heck.
No, absolutely. Because I was going to ask you, how are y'all preparing for this road trip? Because it is a long road trip, and probably for a lot of these kids, they've never been to Mount Dora down there. So, I mean, it's going to be a journey for y'all.
Yeah, and that's, you know, like I was saying before with the support staff, just, you know, getting the help to organize, you know, the bus and when are we leaving, and breakfast and lunch and pregame meal and hydration for the way, and, you know, all of these different things that have to come together to just make it as comfortable as a trip. And like the people around here it started on Saturday and Sunday. Like once we knew where we were going, Saturday and Sunday, I'm getting messages, Coach, what can I take off of your plate so that you can just coach ball this week and not worry about X, Y, and Z. And that's been phenomenal. And it is a lot of moving parts. And, you know, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday are kind of tying that all up. But, you know, at this point in the week, you know, the game plan's almost all the way in. We're still, you know, tweaking that and working on it. But all the logistics are taken care of. And we're good. We're good to go. Now it's just, you know, we had a great day of practice today. Look forward to another one tomorrow, and then, you know, hit the road and do it.
And as we wrap this up here, Coach, what has it been like, you know, for your team, you know, competing in the SSA this year? I know it's the first year for Aucilla being in the SSAA, but what has your experience been like, you know, dealing with, you know, the SSA versus, you know, where you've coached in under, you know, in an FHSAA program?
Right. So far, so good for me. You know, it's just been this year. But, you know, I kind of like the way they do things, and they kind of have a little private public split up deal, which is, you know, appreciated. And I think we're able to compete and play against teams in the playoffs that are like us, you know, whereas in the rural, you know, there's some teams in there that aren't like us. I mean, I got 110, you know, high school students at the school. So if half of those are boys and I get half the boys to come play football, I'm still looking at 20 something guys. You're going to play a team, you know, that's got 50 or 60. It's just, you know, it's we can't be competitive with it. Not right now, not like that. So for this year, it's been good. Like I said, we're playing against teams that are like us. So far, no complaints from me, but I've only been here a year. So give it some time. Maybe I'll find something.
But as I said, Coach, y'all got Mount Dora Christian on the road, 7:00 kickoff on Friday night down there in Lake County. And again, a big, huge road trip there for the Warriors, who are 8-1 on the season. And best of luck to your team on Friday night as you go through this quarterfinal round with the SSA 11-man state championship bracket. And we'll be looking forward to seeing what happens.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you guys, everything you do for high school football, man. Big time.
No, appreciate it, Coach. Thank you, and best of luck.
All right. Have a good one.
All right. That was head coach Matt Wheeler joining us there from Aucilla Christian, and appreciate what he, being able to come on. And again, it's not just about the big schools; it's the small schools. And Aucilla Christian, right there in Jefferson County, right on the edge, out there near Monticello, and it's about as rural as you can get out there for a small school program.
Yeah, these guys play just as hard as the guys up in the FHSAA and 7A and 6A, and they deserve to be spotlighted just like all these other schools. And they're doing a fantastic job this year on their season. So hats off to them.
No, absolutely. Hats off to them. And of course, they, again, big road trip, big challenge there against Mount Dora Christian here on Friday night. But it'll be interesting quarterfinal round for the SSA state 11-man state championship bracket coming up here on Friday night. All right. When we come back, we'll have more discussion about everything going on with the FHSAA, with the reclassification stuff, and more about as well with the stuff that's happening about coaches pay and all that. We'll be right back here on the Panhandle edition of the Blitz here on FortHSFootball.com and the FortHSFootball.com social media handles.
I've been thinking about this for a long time. I thought if that's out there, I want to make sure I see it and I get involved in it, because to me, this was music to my ears. I was blown away. When you look at today's kid, the millennium kid, they learn by being able to see it. If I can see it, it's a great chance that I can do it. The First Down Playbook is a tool that can essentially change the way we teach the game.
Box Out gives you the ability to create graphics at the speed of sports to highlight your athletic department, teams, and student athletes in seconds. Used and trusted by Notre Dame, Ohio State, UConn, Marquette, Georgetown, and many more of the top college brands in the country. If you want your school's brand to stand out through all the clutter, start your free demo at boxoutsports.com.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with a free ScoreStream mobile app. Download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
Get ready for the 2026 Coach of the Year Clinics. This February and March, see top collegiate coaches, learn from the best, and take your program to the next level. Don't miss America's most respected coaching clinics.
All right, welcome back here to the Panhandle Edition of the Blitz. Great interview there with head coach Matt Wheeler from Aucilla Christian there. Apparently, I made the edits on the video, and apparently it went into a different box, and I don't even know where the hell it went, basically. I can't hear you, Chris. No microphone?
I think the UFO took it.
You just had to, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
This is why we love doing these shows. Y'all have made it fun here. Y'all have made it fun. By the way, I forgot to mention this last night, but when we did the first show last night with the Southwest Florida edition of the Blitz, that was actually our 100th live show that we have done this season. So we're now of how many live shows we have. We're in the triple digits now. We are in the triple digits. Nelly is here. Well, welcome back again, Nelly.
We got lots of interviews to choose from for the holidays too.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. And when we do those special holiday shows, I'm gonna have to find some. I'm gonna have to find some Christmas music to sprinkle in. Yeah, we've done over 100 live shows. Yes, I mean it is definitely.
And we're not going to stop either.
No, we're not going to stop. Now, I'm trying to figure out how we're going to do with stuff during flag football season, because flag with interviews with coaches, that's a little bit more trickier, so to speak, because girls flag football, there's games 5 days a week. Actually, sometimes 6.
Yeah, we'll work around the team schedule. But
So we may have to record an interview on Thursday to air for the following week. It just depends on and you know with that because it's a little more trickier and planning on some stuff dealing with the between the Jacksonville Jaguars, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There's some stuff going on there. Hopefully, we'll be able to. I know more likely it will be at the most likely for me. It'll be a lot of more preseason over at the Jaguars facility. I'll try to maybe see if I can work a couple of days with the Bucs facility as well. But there's a lot of girls flag football preseason between what the Jaguars do and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers do. So there's a lot there with girls flag football preseason. But we still got a lot of football season left because we have the second season, as they said, the best season. It is postseason.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Emory, I know your alma mater. A lot of schools. There's actually quite a few schools out in the Panhandle. There's four of the 5 public schools in Bay County are going to be having girls flag football this year. Freeport, South Walton are adding it. I'm not sure about Walton yet, but it's growing. The holes are finally filling in some of these areas, and it's huge. Girls flag growing at an exponential rate. Just went 4 classifications last year, and this coming. I expect they say they maybe last for about hopefully 6 to 10 years at 4 classifications. We'll see if we can even make it out of 2 with 4.
And there's a chance that some girls in this classification might end up in Los Angeles in 2028. So.
Oh yeah, there's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot there in terms of what the Olympics is going to be. By the way, if you're looking for projected playoff brackets, we got them. Hit that QR code or go to floodhsfootball.com. It's right there on the front page. I've also got something else good for y'all coming if you're a season ticket members on both sides. I've got something I'm hoping that I can be able to get it done, and between everything with the getting ready for the show tomorrow, get it out tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening for y'all, because I think
it's juicy.
It's juicy because I know a lot of y'all will dive in and eat it up. So let's just say that. Boy, it's hard to believe we're already a thing. And by the way, I was going to say this would be like technically most weeks. This would be our last show of the week here, but it's not the case this week, Chris. It is definitely not the case.
No, it's not. We got 1 in the morning.
We got 1 in the morning, and we're gonna. It's exciting because we've got that 1 in the morning here, and yes, indeed, that 1 in the morning here. How about that? This 1 in the morning, it is the Drive the State Blitz edition for the FHSAA Playoff Bracket Reveal and Breakdown Show, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central. We definitely want to have y'all join us, and then we'll bring those FHSAA playoff brackets live on our show when they come on as well. And it's well, yeah.
Fire up the caffeine, get the breakfast going, and
let's see. I've got the Celsius. I've got the Celsius. I've got the sausage. I've got the biscuits. I've got bagels. I've got the eggs. I could make a pot of grits if I wanted to. So yeah, I've got the breakfast. I got breakfast lined up if I need to line up the breakfast. So. Or maybe I just need to have a McDonald's breakfast instead. I don't know. We'll figure that out.
I'm thinking the same thing.
Yeah, because I may not have time to cook for myself if that's the case.
Yeah.
Bricks is good. Yes. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. Might want to mix some fruit. I can get some grapes. I mean, I can call Publix and say, hey, drop me some grapes. But I got to say this real quick here. I'm just glad to see the sports in the Panhandle are growing. I'm glad to see girls flag is growing. Really, girls flag football has been it's the fastest growing sport, not just in Florida. It's in the nation, and Florida's the pioneer. Florida was the one first. You can't claim that. No other state can claim that. We were the first. To do it. Muffins or biscuits from McDonald's, Josh? What do you like better? Actually, You know what? Their steak, egg, and cheese bagel rocks. I will say that right now. But biscuit, I'm more of a biscuit person. I like my sausage.
Yeah.
I like my sausage, egg, and I like sausage, egg, and cheese. But sometimes I'm just a plain sausage and cheese with ketchup on it. That's the way I'm usually is. But sometimes I go with the 2 sausage burrito combo.
I could have a sausage egg biscuit all day.
I feel that. Muffins for me, yes. Y'all make it fun. Seriously, y'all participate, y'all interact with the chat and everything. And I was when y'all were talking about it, but I was the All-State teams. If we can find a sponsor for that, those All-State teams will go out free. But it's going to take some time. But I'm thinking about doing it, kind of changing up of a coach's ballot this year, and as part of the process with the coaches. So, but yeah. Anyways, any final thoughts, Chris, as we wrap this up here?
I am looking forward to tomorrow. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Get your forks out, get your knives out, get your spoons out, get your plates out. Because we're having
get your brackets out too.
Get your brackets out. We're gonna have breakfast with playoff football tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. Starting at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central Time for the Drive the State Special Edition. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbors, tell the neighbor dog, whatever you want, who you want to pass it to. Hit that YouTube channel up at Florida HS Football. We'll see y'all all tomorrow morning for the Drive the State.
Ooh, that coffee.
Yep. Good night, everybody.